Welcome to the Prudent Pulse. We're covering the week of April 7th to the 11th. Now, last week's tariff announcements were certainly not welcomed by the market, as clearly evident by the worst 2 days for the S&P in over 5 years. I do want to take a moment, though, to talk about what this administration appears to be trying to accomplish. Now, there are three angles here, and all may play some part and may even detract from one another. Now, the first is to generate more fiscal revenue. Last year, the US had a $1.8 trillion deficit. Now, it's hard to be precise, but it's estimated that the tariffs could raise somewhere between $300 to $600 billion. Then add in some savings from Doge, which is currently at $140 billion with a $1 trillion target, and then reduce net interest costs due to lower treasury yields, and the US could very conceivably cut its deficit in half or more in fairly short order. Now, the second angle is to attempt to reshore manufacturing in the US. Now, by using punitive tariffs and with an aim to reduce corporate taxes and regulation, the administration is trying to attract not just US companies, but also foreign companies to redirect their production into America. Now, reindustrialization in the US is easier said than done, though. It requires untangling complex supply chain webs, retraining, infrastructure, and higher labor costs, issues that could take years to solve. Now, the third angle is to use tariffs as a negotiation tactic. The goal then would be to get other countries to reduce or eliminate their tariffs and take down non-tariff trade barriers such as VAT, government subsidies, and embargoes, amongst others. Ultimately, it appears President Trump is aiming to reduce the US trade deficit, which is why he's been pushing so hard to weaken the dollar. Now, a weaker dollar lowers the cost of US debt and also makes US goods cheaper to foreign buyers. But there are still a lot of unknowns at this point. Now, how will other countries respond? How quickly can they replace US imports with other trading partners? And would the US even be willing to renegotiate? And how much of the tariffs would be borne by American consumers versus foreign producers? We don't have any of those answers yet, but these are some of the questions that many will be asking. And that's this week's Prudent Pulse.